Hey Aquarius, how's it going? My name is Dre, and this is your reading for September 2017. I know these are really late, but the classes. And in that time, I've been thinking about, where I want to take this channel. And I think starting next year, I'm going to go back to, because I kind of got, because when I started my channel, yeah, it was more informative. I wanted to teach about astrology. But then as soon as I acquired tarot, I sort of really went the tarot route, hardcore, and I still want to stay there, at least with half of it. So, I want to teach what the cards are about, and I guess sort of go through my decks, because I have a lot of, not a lot, I have 11 tarot decks, but I guess that's a lot, but and sort of I guess explain their styles, explain what I like about them, and all that sort of stuff, because I feel like the most important thing with tarot is that I feel like anybody can get into it. So, yeah, there's nothing really magical to it. It's just about, picking up symbols, I guess. So anyway, enough of that. Here are your cards. I'm using Tarot Apocalypsis. We have the Five of Pentacles. We have the Two of Cups. Queen of Wands in reverse. Judgment, Strength in reverse, the Ace of Cups, the Magician, Seven of Swords, and the Three of Swords. For outcome, we have the Nine of Swords in reverse. Extra card, we have the Ten of Cups in reverse. I feel like now is a good time to sort of, I want to say lay low, but with the sun being in Aquarius, with the sun being in Libra as I'm recording this, we have a lot of Virgo energy. I feel like now would be a good time, if not to lay low, at least sort of plan. Sort of get back to, because, eclipse season was crazy for everybody. And in this Seven of Swords, we actually have an eclipsed sun right there. So yeah, that eclipse, I'm still feeling the effects of it, even though it's sort of technically ended. But, with that eclipse, it really sort of brought our attention to things that needed addressing, things that really needed to be discussed and talked about and thought about and understood. On a personal level, on a soul level. So I feel like you now have to use that time wisely, because with the Seven of Swords also comes, you have to be deft, you have to be exacting, you have to be, I feel like there's a word I'm missing, but you have to be diligent and mindful in your approaches, especially when it's coming to your financial situation, when it comes to making money. If you're in a relationship, or if you're still feeling the repercussions of something negative that happened, and it could be any time really, essentially. But it was something that left you with a with a void, where it felt like that maybe it was something that you couldn't get out of. It was something that you couldn't really see properly. And I'm only saying that because I'm seeing the Two of Cups here and the Three of Swords. So more likely than not, it was a love relationship, or it was somebody that was really close to you. This isn't for everybody, obviously. But I feel like, it really took you a few steps back. And it could be anything. It'd be if you lost your job, or if for some reason you can't really do what you want to do right now, if because of financial limitations, you can't really go out and meet people, work obligations, you're sort of focused on a different aspect of your life right now, to where you can't really open up. And that's fine, but I feel like for some of you, it is more detrimental in the sense that, something was taken away from you. You probably feel a little bit foolish about it now. You feel like that it took the wind out of your sails probably a little bit too much. And what you're trying to do is you need to figure out a way to recover from that. But it's like you have to allow yourself a lot of time with that, because we have this Queen of Wands and she's underneath the Nine of Swords and they're both in reverse. So it's like you're probably getting in your own way a little bit. You're probably, it's still hard for you to sort of really, or that's the lesson, you know, to understand that it feels hard to truly get over something that happened and truly like allow yourself to like live freely and live openly, because there are serious concerns that are happening right now. And it's more like you're trying to, it's important to try to fuse your knowledge and to fuse your history with your emotions and how and what you can channel that into, what you can sort of bring about through that, because we have this Ace of Cups. So it's like you can't, you know, this is kind of a universal lesson. You know, you can't play the victim and you can't be sort of resentful at everything. And you can't, you know, you need to be able to take a step back and be able to address, you know, the reality of what actually happened. You know, if it was a love relationship, or if it was like you just felt like you were out of control or something. Somebody had most of the control. Somebody had most of the power. It's now time to reclaim that. But, you know, it's going to be a process of you finally letting go of like the few little threads that still hang on from that, from, you know, from your history with that, and understanding like how you've grown as a communicator, how you've grown as somebody that can rationally categorize their thoughts, or at least be skillful when it comes to communicating with people, where you know, if you do have something to get off your chest, you can say it in a way and be sort of diplomatic about it, if you really feel like you need to go that route. And some of you that are going that route, maybe there's a feeling of you like deluding yourself, of still giving something a chance when it doesn't really deserve a chance. You're not putting it into it, or you're not putting it out there that you want to see this relationship transform. So you're not being open about the fact that you feel like everything is over. You still probably feel like you have a chance, or you still probably feel like that you can forgive this person of what they've done. And it depends on what they've done, or it depends on how you've felt about this situation, how long it's been, really. That will determine at what stage you are. But whatever stage you're at, it's all about growth. And it's all about, again, looking at the big picture, which is what the Three of Swords really is. It's like, you know, things hurt, of course. Obviously, you just want to die. And again, it doesn't have to be love. It could be just like you didn't get that pay raise that you wanted, or you didn't, you know, or you had to move on short notice, and the place you're in isn't that good, or, you know, it could be just sort of any little thing. But I feel like it's tying into this realization that you have to sort of be, you have to weather the storm, essentially. If you're looking at these guys, they're just like, you know, it's kind of tough for them, but they seem, you know, they don't seem to be that impacted. You know, they're hanging in there, even though there's a storm happening, and they have to get, it looks like they just have to get out of this place really fast, and that they're leaving something behind. But they could be moving on to something better. They could be, you know, they're in this boat. They could be moving on to something that's more solid. Or it's like, you know, whatever you really need is always there close to you. It's always there. You know, and there's things that we have to go through in order to like test whether or not, you know, our exterior situation is matching our inner situation. You know, are we secure within ourselves to where we're not obsessing over things that we shouldn't obsess about, and try to force change on things that, you know, we just have to allow them to be who they are, allow the situation to be what it is, and figure out how we can improve that. Are we going about it the right way? Are we being healthy in the process? Are we valuing ourselves? So it's all about like maintaining that dignity, maintaining that level of intelligence, maintaining that sense of sort of like that sense of hope. It's, you have to see it out there for yourself. Otherwise, you're not going to receive it. Like, it's one thing to like wish for something good to happen, but still being miserable, than being somebody that sees opportunity and sees potential and starting over and trying again instead of getting too hung up on what didn't work before. So right here, I pulled a card from the Whispers of Love Oracle deck, and it says, embrace your emotions. Don't push down your feelings or judge your emotions. So yeah, essentially what this Ace of Cups is talking about, and then judgment. You know, allowing yourself a second chance. You know, and not, like I said, it's okay to be upset. It's okay to feel like everything is gone to shit, or everything is but you can't stay there, because it's always important to move forward. It's always important to try different things, to try different methods of getting yourself out of feeling like you're just stuck and stagnant and just sort of miserable. That's tough, but any amount helps. Any amount of self-help that we can give ourselves is important, and it does help. And the ideal is not out of the reach. It's just like you just have to readjust how to bring it to fruition. Just things have to be sort of grounded in some sort of reality. You have to understand where you're at emotionally. And Aquarius the energy itself can sort of not acknowledge emotions at all. It becomes very detached. But in that same way, you're still consumed with trying to get to the bottom of things, or trying to understand why something happened, instead of understanding that, what happened. So it's like you can use your intelligence, you can use the sort of conclusions you've come up to in your mind, if you've been like thinking about it constantly, to sort of, if you've been coming up with solutions, find new solutions, channel all of that sort of uncertainty into finding a new way to, heal yourself, or to see the three dimensions of the relationship you were in, and allow yourself a second chance to start over. And if it wasn't a relationship, anything, like, like I said, like if you didn't get the job you wanted or something like that, but getting over this heavy, disappointment and finding a new beginning in it, essentially. And being true to yourself in the process. So thank you so much, Aquarius. I will see you guys next time.